What's going on, people? We are Tottenham TV here. Another, yet again, poor result. This time away to Leicester. Let's get into the match ratings.
Start with our Reece. We gave Hugo a 6.
Yeah.
Apart from the 2 goals, didn't have much to do.
You know, I thought he could have done better for Vardy's goal. Out of position a bit.
Well, to be fair, I don't think he could have done much, I think. 'Cause I think if Vardy takes a touch like any other player would do in that situation, Lloris is there, he's going to close him down. So I think he didn't expect Vardy to lob volley him. So I think you just got to take that on the chin. I think
it was a piece of brilliance from Vardy, to be honest.
It was. Absolute great goal.
Eric Dyer, we gave a 5-2. He's been really good in the past 4 or 5 weeks. I've been banging on about Dyer recently, and this just was a real letdown. He was awful.
I thought he got even worse when he was moved into midfield halfway through.
Because he actually thinks that midfield is his preferred position. But I actually think this season he's played much better in defence than he has in midfield.
He doesn't pick the ball up and think quick enough. You think of Harry Winks, when he picks the ball up, he's already looking around where the next ball is. But Dyer picks it up, he turns, he takes his time. He's not quick enough on the ball.
Very sluggish.
He was very sluggish. He nearly cost us a goal in the second half when he lost the ball in the centre of the park. He's got to cut that off. He's going to make it a midfielder. So we gave him a 5. Davinson Sanchez, we gave him a 6.
Yeah.
He was probably the best of the 3 again as centre backs, but
we've been saying that for a while now.
Yeah, we're saying it for a while, but he did get caught out for that first goal. It was a nice ball by Albrighton, but he let Vardy go and he didn't track the run. And even though it's a bit of brilliance from Vardy, you can't be letting that happen.
But he was putting in some good blocks and good challenges.
Really good challenges. As always, he's always there mopping things up for other defenders. So we gave him a 6.
Jan Vertonghen, we gave a 6-2 as well. He was also putting some good challenges in. He could have done better for the goal.
For the second goal.
For the second goal, yeah.
He just let Mahrez waltz in on his left.
Literally.
And you never let Mahrez on your left.
But to be honest, he was on a booking, so...
And he didn't have much help either, to be fair. So it's harsh. It's harsh criticism, but you know Mahrez, don't let him on his left, especially in that situation. 25 yards out, he can be lethal.
There was a moment late on when Dyer played some disgusting ball and Vardy went through on goal, and it looked like he was definitely going to score.
That'd be 3-0.
And somehow Super Jan from nowhere, basically.
Yeah, it was a great challenge. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough, so we gave him a 6. Serge Aurier on the right hand side, we gave him a 5. I don't think he was too bad for most of the game. I thought in the first half, as with most of our other players, he was really sloppy, passing the ball straight to Leicester defenders, sometimes setting them on counter attacks. On a few occasions he put in some nice balls, and he played that lovely ball into Llorente for that shocking miss. So there were some bright points, but overall again was enough. We kind of again saw the best and the worst from Serge Aurier, and it comes to be a trend I think we're seeing with Serge.
You know, Serge Aurier is lucky that that you were involved in picking his rating, because I would have given him a 4. I thought he was terrible. I don't think he did anything right except for that in the 85th minute when he played that ball to Llorente. I really thought he was terrible.
I thought he put in some nice balls.
He put in one nice ball.
I thought a couple. I thought he put in a couple.
Yeah. Well, anyway, move on to Danny Rose. We gave a 5. Again, he doesn't look up to his full fitness just yet.
I don't know if that's why he put in such a poor performance, because he had a decent rest. I think he was looking fairly sharp, but when
you've been out for so long, it's hard to get back to full fitness like so quick.
I thought he got forward fairly well. He got some decent positions, but I actually thought he was lacking a bit defensively. He got caught out for that second goal. He got caught high up the pitch.
He was literally in no man's land.
Yeah,
for that
completely,
goal.
And he left Jan high and dry. Even though Jan should have showed him onto his right, he was still left high and dry. Again, it was not enough quality in the final third from him. Even though he did find a nice little ball to Harry Kane when he had a shot in the first half, and there was a couple of moments in the second half when we were applying on the pressure. Rose was there.
I didn't think he was great, but I thought he showed more than Aurier.
Moussa Dembele, we gave him a 5 as well.
Yeah.
I actually think it was one of his poorer games. He was well off the pace in terms of how we press. I don't think he was sharp enough. Usually he's such a beast in hassling and harrying the players, but a lot of the time he was easy to play around. He wasn't intense in his pressing.
But to be fair, he was keeping the ball a bit, Moussa Dembele, more than any of our players.
That's what he's good at. That's his forte. But in terms of really hurting the opposition, and you know, obviously in the final third, he's never offered much. That's never been his game. But in terms of what he's usually good at, his pressing off the ball, I think he was well off the pace in this game.
Moussa Sissoko, we gave him a 4. A lot of people have been using Moussa Sissoko as a scapegoat.
I think we've been pretty fair to Sissoko for most of the season.
I'm saying a lot of people. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
A lot of people use Moussa Sissoko as kind of a scapegoat when we lose or we don't play well, but this game is justified. He was awful. Couldn't pass, couldn't shoot. couldn't keep the ball, couldn't do anything. It was literally, the ball was bouncing off him like he was a lamppost.
It was really the worst of Sissoko that we've seen, especially that chance in the first half. He was clean through, he barely any pressure on him, and he hit it straight at the keeper. There were times where he was building some really good attacking moves. When we gave it to Sissoko, he would either waste the pass or misplace the pass. I think it was summed up in the second half just before he got taken off. He was under absolutely no pressure on the right hand side. No pressure whatsoever, and he just boots it straight out of play for a throw on the right hand side, and at the moment we're like, just get him off. He's had an absolute stinker.
I wanted him off after 20 minutes.
To be fair, he's probably lucky to get a 4 in our rating. He only gets it because he got forward well in a couple of occasions in the first half, but other than that he was absolutely diabolical. So we gave him a 4. Probably gave him a 4. Dele Alli, we gave him a 6. Now,
controversial.
Maybe a controversial 6. We gave him a 6. We think, especially in the second half, he showed some fight. He stood up. He was actually trying to make things happen, and we appreciate that. A lot of things didn't come off for him in the game. Again, he should have scored that chance where he hit it straight at the keeper. But he was actually pressing quite intensely, and he was working hard off the ball. And there are a few moments where he blocked the clearances from the centre backs going forward. So it was better from Dele, I think.
Poch bangs on about competing, showing passion, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and
he did that, I thought. When you look at the other players like Eriksen, Sissoko, Dembele, there was no passion there, nothing. And when you look at Ali, I thought he actually put in a shift. The quality wasn't so much there.
It was a bit weak in some of the challenges in terms of when he had the ball and he was trying to shield people off. It was a bit weak and got dispossessed quite a bit.
But when it's not going for you on the day, all we can ask is for you to try hard. You know what I mean?
And I think that's what he did.
He did. We move on to Christian Eriksen. We gave him a 4. Thought he was terrible, lazy, lethargic. Nothing was happening, and that shot that he missed was like someone pressed cross instead of shoot on FIFA or something.
Yeah.
So what was that about?
Oh, it went miles wide, nearer the corner flag than was the goal, and it was inside the 6-yard box.
And this is a guy, Eriksen, who we've been banging on about.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season, he started the season on fire. International's been on fire, and since he scored that hat-trick for Denmark, he's been rubbish.
Absolutely woeful. Who was it? Someone said on Twitter, Eriksen will be good once he comes back from Denmark. In the first half, he created that chance, didn't he, for, I think it was for Dele Alli. He set up that chance, but other than that, he really didn't have much on him. He was, especially in the second half, really wasteful in possession, losing the ball, getting dispossessed so much. Off the ball, there was a few times where he was dribbled past and he just gave up, he let someone else take care of it, and it was really disappointing to see. Something's up for him.
Man. He's played every single game.
He's played every single game, and also in Europe as well. He's barely had a rest. I think the only game he had a rest was the cup game against West Ham.
I wouldn't start him against Watford
because he looks absolutely knackered, and it's just not the Eriksen we're used to, because he tries hard usually.
He's the guy that runs most in our team.
I keep banging on about how he's a player who's not a liability off the ball. That's what makes him such a crucial player for us. He has the quality both on and off the ball, but he's not proving it at the moment.
In our last 3 games, he has been that liability.
Completely.
Arsenal, West Brom, and today.
And recently he has been, and we've got to call him out for it.
100%.
Harry Kane.
Yeah.
We gave him a 7. I personally think he was our best player. Especially in the second half, he showed that fight. He showed that passion. As you can see, it means everything to him. When we're losing, he really hates it. You can tell. He got that goal, really crucial goal at that time, or it looked like anyway. And I thought he was the only one. He was holding up the ball well. He was showing his passing range, what we know Harry has. He showed some really nice touches, and I thought he was our main threat most of the game. And I can't really have too many complaints about Harry Kane.
The passion was there, like Poch keeps banging him out. You must compete, and he did that.
And it was a really lovely finish. Wasn't it?
A great finish. Really, I've got no complaints about Harry Kane on against Leicester.
So he was probably our best player in my opinion. So we gave him a 7.
Let's move on to Kane Lamela. I've been waiting to give a match rating to Kane Lamela for a long time. I don't think he's played since we started this channel.
No, he hasn't.
We gave Lamela an 8. He came on, completely changed the game. 30 seconds after he comes on, he slots the ball through to Harry Kane, something Eriksen couldn't do for the whole game.
Yeah.
He showed up Eriksen completely in 30 seconds, basically.
Yeah.
And every time he got the ball, he was looking forward, looking to get the ball moving, quick passing. and sensational performance, and especially after 13 months out.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic return from Eric Lamela. I think it's so important that he's back as well, just because
100%.
Eriksen and Ali, we have been in really poor form recently. They look like they could do the rest, and someone like Lamela would be perfect to come back in. It was great to have him back.
Yeah, great. What did you make of Llorente?
Yeah. I think the Leicester fans were more scared of him than the Leicester defence. Jesus. That miss from Llorente was absolutely horrendous.
Soldado-esque, wasn't it?
You know, for once, though, to be fair to our team, for once we got Llorente on the pitch and we were actually playing to his strengths. We actually got some balls in the box. He was looking a threat. Well, he got on the end of that Aurier cross and we thought, finally, he's going to get his first goal for Spurs. We're going to get the equaliser, and he balloons it right over the bar. Absolutely shocking miss, and it's just it was one of those Soldado moments.
It is, because look, against Dortmund he goes through on goal, beating the player, and what, a Soldado moment again, and now against Leicester, Soldado moment. So is the goal going to come? Is
he going to be Soldado?
Yeah. Like,
Spanish strikers and Spurs, they just don't mix.
What is going on?
I don't know if he's low on confidence or it's just
he's definitely not high on confidence. No, that's for sure.
It's such a shame, because I actually think when Llorente came on, Kane dropped back. He was actually finding a bit more space on the edge of the box, and Llorente was proving a bit more threat. So it could be an effective tactic. But he can't. There's no excuse for him to be missing that chance.
So basically, Chelsea did a number on us with Llorente.
Yeah, apparently, looks like it.
Heung-min Son, he came on for. So Sonny came on for Dembele. He wasn't too great. His introduction stretched them a little bit and added something different to our game.
Behind.
Yeah.
However, the big question was, why wasn't he starting?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's our form player at the moment.
Yeah, he was probably the best player against West Brom.
Yeah. By a long way.
By a long way, and you could argue, yeah, Poch is using his squad, he's just rotating, but then
he's played the least out of everyone.
Exactly. So why are you starting Eriksen every game? Why are you starting Ali? So you can't really say rotation is the excuse there. Son probably should have been starting ahead of one of our attacking players for sure, and
Eriksen.
He didn't have too much of an impact when he came on, but he didn't have that much time, and I thought he should have been in it from the start, especially after last season, how he destroyed Leicester. It's a shame that Son didn't start. Let's give a rating to Pochettino. We gave Pochettino a 5. In terms of how he used the squad for this game, and the motivation for this game is clearly a bit lacking. We don't want to be too hard on this team, because in this game in particular, I thought we were the better team in this game. We
were very unlucky not to win the game. I think a lot of Spurs fans after the game are going on about how it was an awful performance and it was really bad. Okay, we were 2-0 down by 2 wonder goals, yeah?
9 times out of 10, those goals don't go in at those moments. We missed 5 absolutely gilt-edged chances that on another day we would have...
Wait, you say 4. Take out Sissoko, because he's not scoring anyway.
Yeah, Sissoko doesn't count, but Ali should have scored for sure. Eriksen inside the 6-yard box had to score that. Yeah. Llorente absolutely had to score that. Like, these are chances which you can't really legislate for players missing these kind of chances.
And there was 4 in one game. But the thing is, we're going on about we need to be created chances. We didn't create anything at Old Trafford. We didn't create anything at the Emirates. We hardly created much against West Brom.
Yeah.
We created a lot of chances in this game, and we should have won the game. So I don't buy all these Spurs fans.
It was one of the worst forms. It was awful. Yeah, exactly. It wasn't great, but it was still, in terms of creating chances, I don't think it was that bad. It was a bit encouraging, but.
It was more encouraging than our last 4 games in the Premier League.
That's for sure. But in terms of Pochettino, I do think he's relying far too heavily on Eriksen and Ali.
He's got Sonny there, but now
it's true.
Now we've got Lamela. So
hopefully they can rotate a bit more. Can you criticise him for starting Sissoko in this game, or do you think he was?
I criticise him not for starting Sissoko, but for not starting Son.
Yeah. Those are match ratings. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you think of the ratings. Who was your man of the match? Like and subscribe if you like our content. And as always,
come on you Spurs!